Greetings, Beyonders. Thanks for joining us. We're going to continue today with our series where we started looking at how to customize your Beyonder powers. Last time we looked at how changing the energy affects your power, and this time we're going to look at the medium and media effect. So a lot of times when people start playing Beyonder, they look at this part about the medium and think it's just sort of a simple throwaway. You just change your fireball to a lightning bolt and it does a different kind of damage. But I think you'll find as we look deeper into this that the medium can have a huge effect on your power, especially in terms of storytelling and role-playing. So before we get too deep into the video, I just wanted to point out where you can find information about the medium. On page 165 of Beyonder Science of the Six, right down here at the bottom of the page, there's some information about the medium itself. There's the list of the 6 different media for each of the energies down here. And then there's this section here about exotic media, which is if you feel like in your campaign there's something that fits with one of the energies that isn't one of the 6 standard available media, you can work with your moderator to find something that works for you, and as long as you both agree with it, you're good to go. So just like last time, I used our online builder system to create these powers. You can do this as well by going up to the FNB Games website, clicking on the Builder button here, and once you've logged in, go over to Abilities, select Powers, and then on the left side here is the Create a Power option, which is exactly what I've done. So I've already begun building these powers, and they're all going to have the same general formula. They're all going to be level 20 powers. Their title is going to be Aura of Something. They're going to have a magnitude of 5, range personal, duration 5 minutes, target individual, and they're all going to have a medium bonus of +3. The main difference is that they're just going to have a different medium and a different medium effect to go with that. And a +3 is a significant medium effect, so it will make a real difference in the power. The other thing that's the same about all of them is the power effect. So if you take a look here, basically this is the sort of effect you might use on yourself if you're worried about taking damage, you're maybe not physically the strongest character in your group, and you want to make sure that you're not taking too many hits. So this makes it so in order for an enemy to attack you, first they have to overcome this roll even to attempt it. So the first one we're going to look at is called the Aura of Compassion. This is going to be our love medium, and you'll see this is pretty much all the same except here the flavor text. Why can't we just get along? And then if you come down here, the medium and the medium effect are different, although the medium effect does sort of follow a similar pattern for all these ones that I've made in the same vein. They all start out by saying those affected by this power must also make a concentration check, difficulty equal to the roll to activate the power, and then there's some stuff that's different and unique to each one. And then the end here, they may attempt another concentration check every 3 moments in order to regain their composure. Each successive attempt of this roll gets an additional +5 bonus. So all of the powers I've made sort of follow this formula where, in addition to the regular effect, they're going to make a concentration check, and every 3 moments after it, they get a chance to overcome whatever the special effect is. So this particular effect, being about compassion and love, the character feels compelled to stop everyone from fighting, and they'll go to great lengths, including getting physically in the way and also using their talents, such as acrobatics, presence, and melee combat. Maybe they will try to wrestle someone to the ground to stop them from fighting until they're able to regain their composure. So you see how this little bit of a tweak changes it from just an ability that stops you from hurting me to something a little bit unique. This next power is the Aura of Hubris. Flavor text says, so you just stood there arguing with the guy while the rest of the crew just walked off with all of our stuff? Did you even notice what was happening? So this is the Pride medium. And the idea here is that the person becomes so fixated on their target that they're unable to interact with anyone else. So your target tries to attack you, they come under the effect of this power, and they just sort of stare at you, unable to do anything, unable to be aware of anything else going on around them until they regain their composure. This is a perfect opportunity for you to distract people. This also totally takes this person out of the combat until they can get themselves back under control. This next one is called the Aura of Rage. If you take a look down at the flavor text here, it says the best way to win a fight is to get someone else to do the fighting for you, ideally one of your enemies. Good words to live by. And that's the idea. If you look down here at the medium effect, your enemy, instead of attacking you, is going to attack anyone else, friend or foe. They can't attack you until they overcome this base effect. They do an additional 1 damage, which means that if they're attacking another one of your enemies, that's a good thing. But if they're attacking one of your allies other than you, that might be a problem. This is sort of a situational power, and ideally, this is used when you're the only enemy and you're being attacked by multiple opponents so that they are forced to attack each other instead of you. So this would be a great solo mission sort of power. This one here is called the Aura of Sorrow, and as you might have guessed, it uses the Sorrow medium. If you look at the flavor text, it says the lone figure stood surrounded by her enemies, each one weeping at her feet, the battle forgotten. And that's the idea behind this power, is that you're going to inspire so much sorrow in your enemies that they can't fight anymore. Specifically, they start crying, and this gives them a -2 penalty to all relevant rolls. Now, this is a very much narrative effect, but if you look a little further down, it says also they're so focused on themselves and their sorrow that they can't help their allies. So this is a great power to help take somebody out who is primarily being a support character, primarily helping the main big hitters in the fight, and this will take them out so that they can't help anyone else while they're trying to get their composure back. Up next we have the Aura of Terror. The fear medium, as you probably once again guessed. The flavor text says, "You see, boss, I was about to take him out when all of a sudden he was surrounded by a wall of dangerous rushing water. You know I can't swim. I can't stand water ever since I almost died in that boating accident. The strangest part is no one else seemed to notice anything out of the ordinary." So you probably guess what this does from that. Sort of a slightly hallucinogenic effect. You start to believe that your target is whatever your worst fear is, and you must decide to either run away or freeze in place. So pretty simple effect, but can be really powerful. It also really can have a cool effect depending on what you choose the characters, or what your moderator chooses the characters to be afraid of, and how they react might be really different depending on that decision. So this is a really fun one, very narrative, very storytelling, even though it has the same base effect. The medium really changes the flavor. This last one here, I really like it a lot. It's called the Aura of Jubilance. You don't usually think of jubilance as a negative effect, but we've got the joy medium going on here. The flavor text says, "I didn't know the captain could move like that. He came out totally unharmed, but his enemies got away too." And so the essence of this power is your enemy, in addition to not being able to hit you, starts dancing uncontrollably. They actually get a bonus to their combat defense from their sweet dance moves, but they're not allowed to attempt any aggressive actions. So this is a great way to nullify one main attacker, and maybe while they're dancing uncontrollably, you can take out all their little support. But this is just really fun. It's funny. It gets the job done, but it also does it in a way that's different than any of the other versions of this power. So I really like that.
And there you have it. I hope that these examples have helped to show you how changing the medium can be a powerful tool in your Beyonder toolkit, and that you take some time and go explore what you can do with them to really make your powers your own. And before I go, if you're watching this when it first came out in the middle of the coronavirus pandemic, we just wanted to say we hope you're all staying safe out there, and we hope that Beyonder is helping you get a little bit of joy in your day through the monotony, and we'll see you on the other side.